Hi, my name is Jessica Gavin. Today is 7/13/2020. I have my list of the parts of the eye. We have the front and the back. Okay. So just to start off today, we dissected a cow eye. And it looks like this. We dissected away most of the muscle and everything here. I've left just a little bit of it here just for aesthetic purposes. We have the front here. And this section right here is the cornea. When I've dissected open this part, inside here is the anterior cavity, and it has all of the aqueous humor inside. That's that liquid gelatinous type of material that spills out, so you won't see any in there at the moment, but it spills out when you dissect through it. All around the entire eye here, this little gray portion, if you can see that, that is the sclera. On the back portion of the eye, on the posterior side, we have the optic nerve right here. They've cut it in such a way that it's really difficult to see, like from the side, but it's supposed to stick out, go a little farther, but that's the optic nerve there. If we cut it open into an anterior and posterior portion, inside the posterior portion here, we'll start there. We have all of the vitreous humor, and that's all the liquid that kind of spills out while you're dissecting. If you can kind of pull on it with your forceps here, and it makes it's like a thick gel-like solution, and it's very wet, very liquidy. Right here, this little brown piece is your retina here. And that fills up the entire area here, and it kind of lays it out as a layer, not so much as a big clunk like that, but it's very difficult to get it back into a layer once you've pulled it off. Here, there's a little layer here, this black layer, that if you lift it up, it's very difficult to do that and see that on the camera. But this part right here is your choroid. And it's this black part that looks almost reflective. And then again, if you lift it up here, the bottom portion or the back portion of that's part of the sclera. Okay. On the posterior side, we have this section here, and this is the part where you would have, like just past the vitreous humor, you have your posterior cavity. And from here, you can see the back of the iris, and that's this section here around the lens, around that marble looking thing. And it's got little lines in it, almost like a human eye would, where it has like the little lines that go like this. And you can kind of see that. It's a little difficult to see on the camera, but we'll do the best we can. This little part right here, this big yellow ball looking thing that's really kind of hard if you were to push on it, that's your lens. So that's that hard part here. If you were to pull this part away, right here is your anterior cavity, and that's what's filled with all that aqueous humor. That thin liquid stuff. And of course you can see the back side of the cornea here. There's the front of the cornea, there's the back side. When you're doing LASIK eye surgery, that's the thing they pull back. On the the anterior portion right here, this part would be the pupil. So you can kind of see the little oval looking thing right here that lets you see back to the lens. That's your pupil, or that's the pupil of the eye. And then here's the front part of the iris. It's kind of surrounded by this circle. You can see that separates it here. So there's that. And that's it. So if we put it all back together here, there's the eye.